What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTubeverse? I'm back once again. Not exactly as I planned, as far as last night coming up, and I do apologize for that. It was a longer night of stuff than I expected. So what happened was nothing bad, of course. I say, of course, like you know. No, you don't know, but it wasn't bad. What had happened is I had a friend come over, and we got on a call with another friend who lived on the West Coast. So I met a friend of a friend, essentially. Dude, pretty cool. And they want to do a D&D session based off of Pokemon. So this is something I've done before in the past, so I'm very excited to do it again with some newer updated methods and numbers because since then we've had Legends games come out, Legends of Arceus and Legends AZ, which give a lot of inspiration for a tabletop style, sort of like Pokemon feel. And the way that they did the Pokemon AZ thing without the abilities and how the attack can be switched and you can go in with the four attacks and stuff, that's super cool. So I'm going to take a bit of that idea. We're still going to use the PowerPoint system rather than the cooldown system just because it works better in tabletop terms. But as you guys know, I play D&D, and we're about to do a different session because the one that we're doing now, it's very sporadic. It's every once in a while because we're all working adults, and that one we meet in person for. So to do one when it's online, when everyone's just around, and them being on the West Coast and me being on the East Coast means there's a 3-hour time difference. But the time difference doesn't mean nothing. So, we can all still get together much easier off a 3-hour time zone than off of someone having to work all day, drive to a house, and then have to drive back. Because one of the people that come to that session have to drive like 40 minutes there and then 40 minutes back. You're talking like easily over an hour round trip with or without traffic. So that's super awesome. Things are going good in the room too. As you can see, everything's looking nice. The frogs are still here. I was trying to get them to move. I was trying to find a spot, but I couldn't settle on anything. Hi, Rorschach. The kitty cat just jumped up here. He's on the arm. Hi, buddy. What you doing? You guys, I would show you guys where the frogs are at. I was hoping to get them out of the room, but I can't settle on a surface. So I'm probably going to have to move one of those surfaces there. Most likely the smaller one, or get another thing that I have in a different spot. Because there is the dresser that's in that other room still that I can fit either one of those two on, but it's only one of those two. I can't get both up there. So, and the other thing is what Dramoka's sitting on top of, which I should believe I turned her lights off. I'll have to check that to be sure in a second. But she's in a different room, so she's with the burbs in the bird room, where it's nice and fluffy. And I say nice and fluffy because it's so full of linens and stuff, and they're to try to muffle their noise. I still need to get stuff on the walls. They're not going to be here much longer, the birds, for multiple reasons, for all sorts of things. But when I say reasons and things, I'm trying to find a home for them because one, cat, and two, I don't know what's going to happen with me in the next year and a half, and I have to plan for that. I was blindsided with something, and I had a lot more animals, thinking I did have to move suddenly. Found out things went okay. We were able to get stuff settled, but that happened in 2 different occasions while I had lots of animals with me. So because of that, I have to be very careful. I would love to have more animals again. There was a time I did have a lot. I had 3 leopard geckos, a bearded dragon, crested gecko, Pac-Man frog. I had the 2 piggies still, tarantula, and everything. A pink toe tarantula. Her name was Caleb. I have to specify because tarantulas, depending on the species, are either arboreal or terrestrial, almost fossorial, which means underground, because you do have tarantulas that will dig tunnels and live primarily in those tunnels. And those type of tarantulas, I forgot the exact species, but one of those and pretty much employs frogs to protect their babies. So it's super cool how that works with nature and everything. So I'm a fan of all sorts of animals, obviously. And I've had all sorts of animals. I do not have any phobias when it comes to animals. I have a phobia of the deep sea. That terrifies me. Deep waters, it's fresh or marine. Terrible fear of it. I'm like Finn from Adventure Time almost. Not as bad because I can get waist deep, and I boogie board when I feel like it. I'll wade in the waves, but thankfully I have enough knowledge and know-how to understand what rip currents, undertow, that kind of thing could be, and how to avoid, look out, and be careful for. So because of that, and because I never turn my back to the ocean for any reason at all, not even to take a selfie, I'm very confident in the shallows. And when you get to the deep waters, when you're talking cruises, when you're talking like miles away from land, freaks me out, man. I can't do it. I don't even like flying that much. I like to be on the earth. I'm like Avatar, Earthbender when it comes to that, man. I like my feet, bare feet on earth. And yeah, I wear just hemp sandals outside of work. I have shoes for work, and they're falling apart right now. Yeah, glue a couple of bits together. I'm starting to do the flappy thing where it's like, kill me, I'm dying. So I have to fix my shoes. But it's been a day. I did the mascot thing for a trunk or treat event for my job. It was fun. It's just I don't like being touched very much, and I did give out a lot of hugs and high fives to kids today because they come running up to the mascot for Pet Supplies Plus is just a giant dog suit. Sorry, the cat's jumping on stuff he's not supposed to. So I'm gonna try and get him down real quick. That's the frog tank. He only does that when I'm home, and I don't know why he's doing that because he knows he doesn't like me. Rorschach, come on, down, stay away, okay? You know what happened? I don't want to raise my voice, please. I don't want to yell. Don't make me yell. Just listen, bud. I do a 3-step thing with him where it's just nice, and then it's a little bit more stern, a little bit more stern, and by the 4th or 5th time, I raise my voice, and he knows, hey, I'm in trouble now. So he does know after that time he will calm down with it. All right, this is time number 2. They're seeing my process here. Rorschach. Rorschach. No. Down here. You have so many other things. You got chair. You can jump up on that now. That's off. No, off limits, bud. No more. Stay down there with that. Okay? He's probably going to jump the 3rd time. No? Okay, good. He's actually kind of sitting. He might be waiting a bit. But he waits until I raise my voice. And then he stops. Oh, well, maybe not. Great. Sorry. Live action, how I deal with the animal stuff. I used to shout, even just 2 or 3 years ago just shout for no reason. I would get loud quick, and I was called out for it a lot by my friends and family. And I've been fixing and working on that, Even more of a reason to prove you can change, you can alter your way of doing things. What you guys see on the camera, yeah, it's pretty much what I would do without the camera on, but I do the 3-no rule. And then he's going to be doing, Rorschach. Watch his look. Jack. Thank you. There's nothing in there, bud. Come on down. Come on down. You know how to... I don't think he knows how to get down from right there. Here, bud. Thank you. Okay. But I don't mind kids. I don't like being touched very much, so the mascot costume drained me today because I don't mind kids, man. I love teaching kids. I love showing kids all sorts of stuff, learning new things, what they got to say. A child's perspective is something to be talked over, I love hearing kids talk about stuff from their perspective. Even if it's wrong, it's interesting to hear. Because they pull from all sorts of stuff that sounds sound, It's just, it's funny that even as adults, kids will say things that make us go, okay. So I don't mind that. But the constant high fives and the random hugs, because the way that the mask cut off, I couldn't see below me. And some of them are at a height where it's just one bad hand motion or running at you, and all of a sudden that I'm crumpled over like, oh, doing oh gosh. Gotta watch out for the ingly parts is what it was. So when I saw a bunch of kids, I just naturally would drop my hands forward towards, my waist some. This way no one would run into me and I couldn't see them because some of these kids were just, they're waist high, man. And they're just like running around like little, well, I want to say lunatics. Lunatics is probably a negative term. Little leopards or something. Little cheetahs. There you go. That's a good term. We're an animal thing. Quick little large feline thing, majiggas, whatever. But long day, fun day. More to do with the frogs and everything. More to do with all that, and yeah, pretty much nothing new. Because I did a lot with the reporting up and keeping up with yesterday. Hopefully soon I'll be able to get everything settled. I'll be looking into, especially because he's up there a final time. So before I go, Rorschach, you get down. Come on. Hey. Don't be cute. You know you're in trouble, and don't lean that far. You're gonna fall. Come on. Come on. I said no. Third time, last time. Thankfully we're getting lost, so they aren't gonna have to hear me yell, but I don't want to yell. You can see on the third time with my voice raised, he started reacting. When he does that little lean on his side and act all cute, he knows he's in trouble, and he's trying to get me to stop being mad at him. So it works. So like that's how I've been doing lately with my animals is 3-part thing where it's that. And if you really gotta shout when they're doing something dangerous or something, then do that to get their attention. But for that thing right there, he keeps jumping up there. He's not gonna get to the frogs easy or anything. As long as I keep on the up and up, he'll be coming down very quickly. So, don't yell at your animals. That's a lesson I had to learn, and I've been holding up to very recently. And then sometimes I'll still slip, especially when there's a situation where I think he's in danger or he's about to hurt himself. I'll raise my voice because I want him to stop it immediately so I don't have a hurt or worse kitty. With that, guys, y'all have a good one and have a very good night, day, whatever you at, because, I think we all deserve one of those really, really good times. And hopefully yours is tonight. If not, always push on to tomorrow and you'll find yourself the best day you've probably had in your life. And that is a big no-no up there. How do you get up there? Y'all have a good one. Peace out.